Yo, what is good, everybody? It is your boy Slice. Now, according to my calculations, I'm about 99.3% sure that you all have already at least caught whiff of somewhat of this information. But if not, I'm going to relay everything to you in a way that actually makes sense and that is not biased towards either side of the situation that we have going on, which is causing the community to not only be in an uproar, but shambles, bruh. But before we dive into today's video, family, do your boy Slice a solid. Just take 1 second and consider hitting that subscribe button, man. We are oh so close to that coveted goal of 150 subscribers. We can only reach that by you doing your boy Slice a solid. If you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button for your boy. At the end of the video, drop a comment, share the video. Talk to me, man. About to dive into it, though. Let's get it. All right. So, given about the past 3 days, Marvel Rivals community has just been in a complete uproar and shambles, as previously stated. Now, it's for a lot of reasons. And if you really want to deep dive into it, you came to the right channel, you came to the right video, my guy. But before I even dive into any detail, I do want to let it be known that I am well aware of the fact that the developers have already caught whiff of, if not all this information stated in this video, and they're already willing to work on it. So, just keep that in mind. That'll prevent maybe some idiotic comments, but, feel free to drop an idiotic comment. I'll just go ahead and debate you down below. So, healers on Marvel Rivals. I would know because I do kind of mainly heal. Yo, we've been going through it, and even Marvel Rivals have heard our cries, considering that they're so loud, man. But rightfully so. I mean, bro, I could be sitting here doing my absolute best healing my team. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, the healers are fun, and at one point it seemed like the healers truly ran the game. But it's crazy how the community has really changed the game. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Now it's like, obviously, they have arguably the most important role, if not the second most important. It really just depends on what you think. But at the end of the day, our job is to keep you all healed up so the fight can go on, so we can continue to push the objective and win the game. But when you have your people out there like Necros, and you have your other people out there who just love to disrupt the backline, who just love to give us hell in that backline and really put us in that loot torture chamber, man, it kind of does disrupt the balance of the game. And I won't even say kind of. That's a hell of an understatement. Now I can already see the comments and hear the arguments trying to arise. Yo, the healers have a surplus amount of moves they can use to defend themselves and get out of there. But if we want to put our big boy thinking cap on and be realistically, only Invisible Woman is the only one who can defend herself to a feasible degree, and she can only do that but for so long. But Slice, what about Luna Snow? She has that ice ball ability, and I seemingly always get frozen by it. That's just a skill issue, bro. No, I ain't gonna hold you. That's just a skill issue. And it's a skill issue on both behalves. That move is not that easy to hit. And it's honestly not that easy to get hit by unless you're just caught lacking, bro. That's just a skill issue. And once she does that, and it has a decent cooldown on it, and I wouldn't say it needs to get cooled down either, no pun intended. Bro, once she misses that, she's done. You can get her up out of there real quick. Specifically if you're using a backline diver, BP, Black Panther, Captain America can literally deflect it off his shield. I mean, we're kind of helpless out there at this point. And like I said, it's kind of funny how it went from healers were the most overpowered unit on the game to now underrated and underutilized and even seemingly underwhelming. Now, I did miss a healer though. Adam Warlock can also keep himself healed for a decent amount of time. You could try to say low-key, but I'm honestly in the middle of low-key. Don't get me wrong, his arsenal is amazing, his moveset is immaculate, but how many people truly know how to utilize his clones and runes to a degree that can not only keep himself alive, but keep those close to him alive? Not that many from my personal experience. Now, Jeff the Landshark, he's always been known for his ability and his mobility, should I say, to get up out of there whenever he's a target. You know, he could just go underwater. He can spit a bubble before he goes out underwater, and seemingly he's impossible to catch, right? Well, seemingly, they've actually been getting Jeff as well. He's not safe from the shackles of the Lou Dorcher chamber either, man. So when you take into account that, yes, the healers were the strongest unit on the game, arguably, at some point, also taking into consideration their alts were also the most strongest in the game at some point. On this planet did we live on, with so many life forms that inhabit their natural lives on here daily. What is so natural that's going on right now that I'm speaking of? Adaptation. Now see, there's two types of people in the world. You got the people that's comfortable with their life, their play style, their lifestyle, their moveset, whatever they do. They just get comfortable. But then when that time comes for them to change. That time comes for them to lock in and step it up. What do? Well, you're faced with two decisions. Either you're going to stay, keep doing the old stuff, and just accept the fact that it doesn't work anymore. You're going to change, you're going to evolve, and you'll adapt. But seemingly, there's no way for the healers to adapt this season, bruh. Now, of course, there are a myriad of techniques and strats posted all over social media that may seem cool in theory, but when you actually apply them in a high-ranked lobby, it's not going to go down like that. They just simply won't let you use and utilize those strats. They're just a bit tad unrealistic. Y'all got to keep that in mind, man. Some of these tutorials will not actually work in a real game, especially when you're playing some real sweats. So after about 5 minutes of rambling about what healers have to go through, let's also talk about the last thing the healers have to go through, and that's slander from their own teammates. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been on the opposite side of it. I've been in positions, plenty of them, matter of fact, in my competitive matches, when I'm absolutely decimating the other team. However, I'm just not receiving heals. And me, my job is a tank. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to be Lord Spider-Man. Namor this season, yeah, he made sure I didn't get on Spider-Man for the rest of this season. And that's cool, bro. I just went ahead and got on that Hawk piece. You figured out me? But what I noticed when I used the Hawk, if I'm playing with some subpar healers, getting some subpar heals, if any at all, I'm Bruce Banner more than I am the Hawk. And when I'm Hawk, I'm equally disrupting their backline. I'm going at them bad. I'm getting them healers out of there. Why? Because they can't defend themselves against me. But I can only do that for so long, but for so much I can torment their healers if I'm not getting any heals myself. And if I know that my playstyle, and I know that my DPS's playstyle is not the reason, is not the fact why we're losing, and I go click that touchpad and look at the heal diff, how am I not going to get upset at the healers, bro? And it really boils down to the biggest issue within the community is the community itself. A lot of people have to look at the man in the mirror, man. Michael Jackson didn't just make that song just for y'all to vibe to and bob your head, man. Listen to the lyrics and please understand. A lot of you all's problems, even outside of Marvel Rivals, can be solved if you just look and talk to the man in the mirror, man. Message! But yeah, when I'm not getting any heals, of course I'm going to be frustrated. And of course I'm going to go to that game chat and I'm going to let my healers know they need to step it up. But then that once again leads to the inevitable problem with this community is their egos, inflated egos, should I say. And they'll sit there and deflect everything. L tank, you're flanking. You're pushing their backline too hard. Do you just not understand the game? It sounds as if like you're trying to use terminology that you yourself don't even understand what I'm doing. Which is why I believe I'm not getting healed. Now I want to take a quick second to shout out my guy Poppin' Often with Loftton over on YouTube. He's pretty much one of the only Marvel Rivals like tips and tricks YouTubers that I watch. And he dropped a really well-coursed and well-directed guide. Is how to not die as fast or as much on heals. And I'm not gonna lie to you, but once I started incorporating that, especially with Cloak and Dagger, which is the easiest healer on the game, second to only Invisible Woman. I mean, my healing numbers should speak for themselves at this point. You can even check my player card, bro. You know you want to, because you know you about to say something stupid in these comments. But the reason why I even brought that up was because, bro, we're still on the topic of inflated egos. I felt as if just because I had Cloak and Dagger on Lord, there wasn't anything that I could do better. I felt as if I did everything. I'd done everything perfectly with them, hence as to why I got them Lord so fast. But at the end of the day, there's always room for improvement. You figure, dummy, if you think you've reached the top and you have nothing else to learn, that's when you limit yourself. And a lot of people within the community have reached their capacity. They've capped themselves out, man. They're not willing to learn anything. They're not willing to admit any of their wrongdoings, or even admit or even realize that they may in fact actually be the problem. So when you have such a back and forth, such a seesaw-esque debate, it really makes it hard to play in the middle. It makes it hard to have the seesaw itself level. But at the end of the day, my opinion, once again, is it really just boils down to the community. But is either side really wrong? Are the healers wrong for going on strike? In my opinion, yeah, that's a bit excessive, bruh. Y'all gassing it. Put some big boy pants on and go out there and figure out some new strats. Don't just sit there and stop healing. Especially because of what a cheater said. Oh. I ain't capping though. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That boy was cheating. But then equally, because I haven't spoken from this side of heals as well, when I'm doing A1 heals, I'm immaculate. I'm damn near clan perfect. And my team, my DPS, my tanks, maybe even the other support healer, nobody else is just seemingly stepping up to the plate but receiving A1 heals. They don't talk about that either though, bruh. You know, it's all this heal bashing going on. You know, it's the healer's fault. I'm not getting enough heals. But what if you're just not playing your role properly as DPS? What if you're just not tanking properly? I see that a lot. Bro, there was a Magneto who had the Emma Frost team up I was playing with last night. Not once did he ever use those clones. Not once did he ever bring his shield up. Not once did he ever even bubble a single teammate on Mag. But he went 21-2 and he got MVP. And you can only imagine how many points he got in that rank match. And he did not play tank at all. What did he get on Magneto for? His damage? Come on, bro. A lot of y'all really just don't understand how to play the game. Whether it's tank, whether it's support, whether it's DPS. At the end of the day, man, a lot of the community, once again, that's going to be my final time saying this, B. Y'all just got to look in the mirror. I promise you it'll answer so many questions. But now that I have completely sliced this entire debuncle, this entire debate about the healer strike, the lack of heals, the LDPS, the L tanks, the community in the uproar of Marvel Rivals, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. And before I sign up out of here, once again, as previously stated, almost all of these points made in this video have already been brought up to the developer's attention. And who knows, a developer might even watch this video, and I might even have spit something that they didn't know about, or they weren't even willing to be able to see from my point of view. So, do your boy Slice a solid, hit that like button for your boy, drop me a comment and let me know what you like about Marvel Rivals and what you in fact do not like. You people ain't talk about that rank system. I'll probably drop another video on that later. So, anyway though, man, it's been your boy Slice and I'm signing out. Share the video for me as well, please. Peace.